Alert, CIA operative drops chilling terror warning. The terrorist attack in New York City this week has left people around the country shaken. One of the biggest discussions people are having now is how to prevent future attacks. One of the people discussing this issue is retired Colonel Tony Shaffer. He addressed the topic of immigration and how this played a role in the attack that left 8 dead and many others hospitalized. The suspect, Saipov, 29, came to the United States via the diversity lottery, the visa lottery program on Fox and Friends. Shaffer suggested that if there is any hope of stopping future attacks, we have to look at every aspect of every individual to make sure that we're not importing Europe's terror problem. Colonel Shaffer is holding the people who sponsored this program, like New York Senator Chuck Schumer, accountable. The Visa Diversity Program was implemented in the 1990s and is still being used to this day. According to eyewitness accounts, Saipov was gleeful in the hospital over the attack. He seemed to be proud of what he did, and the fact that he is alive is causing many to ask questions. When Saipov executed this horrific event, he shouted Allahu Akbar and drove a rented truck into a crowd of people along a bike path. The slaughter happened in New York City, close to Manhattan's West Side Highway. Shaffer alluded to repeated acts of terror that European nations have been experiencing ever since they started taking in refugees from war-torn Middle Eastern countries quicker than they could reallocate them. A similar event took place in Cambrils, Catalonia, Spain on August 18th of this year. An attacker drove an Audi into a crowd of pedestrians. One person was killed, although the casualties could have been much higher. Similarly, an attack occurred on June 3rd of this year in London. An attacker drove on the sidewalk of the London Bridge and stabbed people after using the car as a weapon. This particular event in London also resulted in 8 deaths, though many more, close to 50 people were injured. The attack seemed to establish a pattern, and they are metastasizing throughout Europe now. Colonel Shaffer's suggestion is that as a country, the United States shouldn't have to worry about such events happening at all, let alone on a more frequent basis. President Trump supported Shaffer in a series of tweets published followed his meeting. President Trump started by tweeting Senator Chuck Schumer helping to import Europe's problems. Colonel Tony Shaffer, "We will stop this craziness at Fox and Friends." The president outlined, "I have just ordered Homeland Security to step up our already extreme vetting program. Being politically correct is fine, but not for this." He went on to say that he wanted to focus on a merit-based system where people are brought in based on what they have to offer the United States, suggesting that we should only take in the best and the brightest is seen by the left as an act of racism. Despite race not being a factor, the truth that many journalists are ignoring is that tough questions need to be answered and addressed about attacks such as these, I would assume, and about legitimately securing the United States. And how about trying to vet the people that are already here? Maybe that's a thought. The nuts that are already here and what they're planning. And you figure they spy on everybody, yet they can't find these idiots before things take place. I mean, it's sickening. And then you have Schumer bringing them in, and then you have the liberals saying it's racist. Who cares what it is? We don't want you here, that's all. Why should we have to import all of this and have problems? Enough is enough. let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.